What's going on, guys? It's your boy Freddy here. So, today I want to talk about why buying the dip mentality is still the way to make money in 2025, despite the volatility that we've seen so far in the stock market. It is April 23rd, and so far we've seen high volatility in the stock market. We had a nearly 3% down day on the S&P 500 and a nearly 3% up day today. And the reason for such big volatility is due to Trump tweets. And know that things can change on a dime, despite what a lot of, macroeconomists or a lot of analysts have you believing that the economy is headed into recession. So, before we begin, I want to talk about my app, Toast Beans. If you haven't already, it's free for download on the iOS App Store. This is what it looks like. I make daily updates on the community so you guys can see what exactly I'm thinking about the stock market. I was posting about it's highly likely we've seen the peak, and I give you guys chart updates and things like that on the VIX. And I also do stock insights as well. These are like individual stock insights for Netflix, Tesla. And after every earnings, I do a holistic analysis on every single company out there, so you guys can make better informed decisions on your investments. And there's a VIP group chat. You guys can go ahead and check that out. And I also have Toastbean Holdings. So go ahead and yeah, go ahead and play around with the application and let me know what you think. And um, so this is CNBC's daily open for Tuesday, and it says that Trump and Musk reassure investors sending stocks higher. So if you look at the so I'll go over the S&P 500 in a little bit, but some of the key points are U.S. President Donald Trump says he has no intention of firing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. So, what happened over the weekend was that investors were expecting some trade deal with Japan or EU and whatnot, and Trump tweeting that he's going to fire Jerome Powell because he's too late in cutting interest rates has investors very jittery over the weekend. So that's why stocks sold off on Monday, a nearly 3% down day from 527 S&P 500 527 to around 508. And today we saw the stocks rebound higher because Trump is backtracking his comments. So you can see that, things can change on a dime. And what I want to reiterate, especially, so far the theme in 2025 is, a lot of investors are reacting to news just like that, right? And they're taking what Trump is tweeting out and predicting all these doom and gloom scenarios for the stock market and the economy. But I'm here to tell you that Trump himself can backpedal and backtrack just like that with the same tweet, right? And so there's no proof that the economy right now is, is in the gutter, right? Sure, jobs are slowing down. Recession could be coming later on in the year, but right now we're still in the buy the dip mentality, and that's what I want to reiterate in 2025. So, Scott Bessent today also said that he expects there will be de-escalation in Trump's trade war with China. Markets rally on comments made by Trump and Bessent. Tesla also reported their earnings report today. They had some of the worst quarters since 2020. But I also predicted that Tesla would also react positively whether or not they miss or beat earnings. I'm going to go over that in a little bit. And Elon Musk said he would be spending significantly less time at Doge, which is a positive sign for Tesla investors. And yeah, so let's go over some of the other news. Besson says this is what caused the initial pop in today's stock market. And you can see that the bottom was made yesterday. It pretty much tagged the lows right after we had this huge 90-day pause tweet from Trump, and then it came back down. This is exactly that level which we paused and retested. So I believe that the stock market is headed higher, but It needs to form some sort of structure. And you can see on the 1 hour time frame that we're still trying to push even higher to test previous resistance and support, which is around that near almost 550, but it was around like 545, 547 range. And before Tesla reported earnings, you guys can follow my threads at Mr. Boss Gains. I posted that Tesla earnings tomorrow after hours. Sentiment has gone so washed out over the last couple of months that I think that we rally regardless of earnings beat or miss. Maybe Elon pulls something out of his hat. I don't know. Progress on tariff talks. We pretty much got both of these. Elon pulls something out of his hat saying that he will spend significantly less time at Doge, and we got we got progress on tariff talks. So, uh, and the reason why, I thought Tesla would rally is because look, we had all-time highs like literally this year, like 420, 435, and then we tanked like 50, 60% on Tesla stock. So sentiment is extremely washed out. I think that eventually Tesla can possibly regain its 300 and 400 levels in the near future. And that's exactly what happened in Tesla stock. It rallied 4% today and then another 4% after hours. And right here it says Tesla reports 20% drop in auto revenue as first quarter results miss Wall Street estimates. A lot of this bad news has been priced into Tesla stock. So, people are expecting, uh, people want Elon Musk to step away from the government and focus on the company. And because of this positive news, that's exactly what led to a positive stock reaction after hours. Otherwise, you know, the report was not good at all. They missed on top and bottom lines. Automotive revenue plunged 20% from a year earlier. Stock is down 41% so far this year. And they missed on EPS and they missed on revenue as well. And this is what sent the stock higher. And you can see that net income plummeted 71% uh, over a year ago. And so, yeah, so everything, led to the stock market pushing higher. And so, in, in this week's earnings, we have a few more, you know, uh, mega cap tech earnings that we need to pay attention to. We have Alphabet coming after close on Thursday. We have Intel, and I believe next week we have Microsoft, Meta, all the rest of the Mag 7. Tesla, was a pretty positive sign, I'd say, overall for the stock market, because he said that during his earnings call that Tesla is one of the least affected automakers in the tariff war. And yeah, we'll see what happens throughout the rest of this week. And I want to make a few updates to the S&P 500 and where I see the market going forward. So, I did buy the dip on Monday, and I thought that we would definitely retest this area, even though a lot of people were calling like for 480, 470, like people were calling for like a absolute crash. And that's why you don't want to listen to all these people on X, because I believe that X, is like a circle jerk right now. Like they're just like people are just copying off other people's posts, trying to get farm engagement, and it's no longer a place where you know you can you can really trust what anyone else is saying. So I would highly encourage you all to do my research, to do your own research when it comes to investing. Go ahead and check out my Toast Beans app where I post my thoughts and analysis on individual stocks and on the stock market daily. But nevertheless, for the S&P 500, we did break above on the 4 hour chart. We broke above this white line here, which we struggled previously. And you can see that on the MACD, we did turn up. So we were pretty bearish for like one, two, three, four, about a week. And we tested support and now we're turning up again. So MACD is now positive, signaling bullish momentum. I think that we're gonna have some sort of um uh rejection or maybe some issues around 547. You could see that that's like that blue line there. I think that's a 200 moving average if I'm not mistaken on the 4 hour time frame. So we're going to be retesting that, and then maybe we pull back to the white line as support or something like that. But overall, the momentum is still higher. In contrast to last week, where the momentum was negative, and you can see the MACD was negative as well. So the good news is MACD today turned positive on the 4 hour time frame. And you can see on the weekly time frame, I also tweeted this that I believe that, despite a lot of people saying that it's doom and gloom, we're gonna crash to like 30,000 or something like that. So far we're holding that 100 period or 100 moving average on the weekly time frame, which is that white line here. And it still remains the burden of proof is on the bears to determine whether or not the 100-day moving average is support, or do we come down to test that 200-day moving average around 470 and solidify this area as a stronger area of support. So far, the bulls are holding the 100-day moving average. So I'm just going to play it as it is. But I wouldn't be surprised, if Trump decides to walk back all these tariffs. And so far, the Max Evan reports stellar earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if we, start rocketing off this 100 period moving average. So that's why I'm saying don't get too bearish. Don't buy into the gloom and doom that all these analysts, so-called quote unquote analysts, and all these people on X are saying. So uh, read what's exactly on the charts, and that's exactly what I'm telling you right here. And so on the daily time frame, you can see that the MACD has turned positive again after a brief dip on Monday. And we're so far from the 200, the 100, the 50 that we're bound to get some sort of retest of these moving averages if the market decides to move lower. Now it's not really the time because we're so far ahead, far below these moving averages. So I'm looking for a retest. Whether or not it is bearish or bullish, it has remained yet to be seen. But so far, the momentum is bullish, at least for the short term. And yeah, I'll continue posting on Toast Beans, my Toast Beans application. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and make your comment down in the comment section below, or you can go ahead and reach out to me through the community, the VIP group chat room. So go ahead and check it out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.